Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. And I know I've been away for a long time, and that was primarily because I was in the process of shifting and relocating to a new place, to a new home, and I was in the process of packing and unpacking and organizing and reorganizing the stuff and myself with regards to the new home, because of which I could not post the video for at least 3 weeks or so. But I'm back again and I wish to continue sharing my thoughts with all of you out there. So today I want to talk about beauty being in the details. They also say that God is in details. And I think it's essentially the same thing. But when we think about the details, most of the time, we end up thinking about the minute details, the tiniest of the details, and we forget that there is beauty in the whole picture as well. So if we look into this picture, essentially a sand painting that I had created a while ago, we would understand that there is the bigger picture and there are minute details to it. So even if we look into this particular nest that the bird is trying to build, we would understand that there is a bigger picture and it is made up of smaller components, the straws essentially, and the weaving of the straws. But without the bigger picture first coming into our vision, we would not have been able to create the minute details. And then at the same time, while it is being created, it becomes imperative, it becomes essential for any artist, be it myself, be it a musician, be it a writer, or be it a bird, to take a step back and to be able to see whether the bigger picture is coming into the picture or not, whether the bigger picture is in alignment with our vision or not. And most of the times when we end up saying, or when we do say that the beauty is in the details or God is in the details, our automatic response most of the times is to assume about the smallest details, which is innately true, which is true. But without the conception of the bigger picture, the smaller pieces makes no sense. Because a straw remains a straw till this bird has conceptualized as to how it wants to make the nest. And then it starts weaving and putting in different kinds of straws together. And once it starts to take shape, the bird steps back, sees the vision coming true or not, and then moves ahead to make it even more beautiful. So the idea is to be able to say that beauty is not only in the minute details, but beauty also lies in the bigger picture. Yes, which does take away from the notion of having a fixed vision, which also means that as much as we lay emphasis on having a needlepoint focus about certain thing, about a certain objective that we wish to achieve, we are still objectifying it. And we are not looking at the subjective beauty, we are not looking at the bigger picture. So it is equally essential to understand and to address at the same time that beauty is in the smaller and the bigger details. Because without the bigger picture being conceptualized, the smaller details holds no meaning. We can still write A, B, C, D, and those are the details, the lines that form a particular alphabet. But unless we are able to transform the A, B, C, D into words, and then into sentences, and then be able to use it for communication, which also in most ways involve our facial expressions, our body language, and our speech, the words that we use. So it is the whole of the picture and the minute details in the picture which makes it more beautiful. So let's try and reiterate the thought that beauty or God is in the bigger and the smaller details. That the music is composed not only by the words, by the lyrics, but also by the addition of the rhythm, by the addition of the sound, by the addition of the emotion that is conveyed, because without it, even a robot can have a speech, but it doesn't leave the same impact as a human does. So when we talk about our language being mindful, I think we are also saying that our language, in terms of the emotions that are conveyed, the thoughts that are conveyed through our body language, through our facial expressions, through every muscle that is working in the face and in the body to express a certain kind of an emotion and a certain kind of a thought. Because words without any of these things is just a speech and is quite meaningless in itself because it doesn't convey anything. So let us try and take a step back and try to understand as to what we convey and why we convey. So let us take a step back to be able to see if the focused attention is bringing the bigger picture alive, is creating a bigger picture that we want for ourselves. Because unless we do that, we'll just be filling in the minute details without being able to understand what the bigger picture is all about. So let's try and do that. So let's try and take a step back to be able to see whether are we in alignment with our life or not. Because as Oprah Winfrey says, our life is constantly speaking to us. Only if we are willing to listen, we'll be able to hear it. And I would like to add to that our life is not only constantly speaking to us, but our life is expressing itself through us, for us. And unless we take a step back, and unless we understand that we are life expressing itself as it folds and unfolds, we'll never be able to hear life and ourselves clearly. So let's try and do that, and I will see you once again next week. Till then, stay tuned in.